BJ Mafia was popping. So Jaguar fans, Chiefs fans, NFL fans, I know 99% of my videos, I edit it up, I chop it up. But this video, I wanted you guys just to hear me fully through. I'm going to say whatever comes to mind, whatever comes to my heart, and I'm just going to be completely raw and unfiltered. I don't care if I talk for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever the case may be. Just want you guys to completely hear me out, my full thoughts from right here to the very end of this video. And I will address the elephant in the room with Jamal Agnew somewhere towards the end of the video. But a couple of things I want to say to kind of get off my mind first and foremost is that, yes, the Jaguars lose to the Kansas City Chiefs today, 27-20 at Arrowhead Stadium in the divisional round. The Jaguars were 8 points away from going to the AFC Championship game this year, and I could not be more proud and more excited for the future of this team moving forward. Heading into this year, I had the Jaguars finishing with a record of 8-9. The Jaguars finished the season off 9-8. Winners 8 out of their last 10 games, and they went into this game on a 6-game winning streak, and we just came back from 27 down versus the Kansas City Chiefs, over the LA Chargers, the third largest postseason comeback in NFL history. And then we go and compete with the best team in the NFL, and we lose by 7 points. I can't be upset. I can't be mad. What a hell of a season. What a hell of a ride it's been. And I'm extremely excited for the future of this team moving forward, the organization, the shade coming to the stadiums, the training facilities, just the direction of this team moving forward. We have a quarterback, we have a head coach, and it looks like all the pieces are finally coming together. And now we're getting Calvin Ridley back onto this team next year. I'm extremely excited to see what kind of impact he will make on this wide receiver core and really the offense as a whole. Moving on to the next thing, I want to talk about just kind of how phenomenal, and I have to give props to the Kansas City Chiefs. Last year, we saw both the number one seeds in the NFL lose in the divisional round, and the Kansas City Chiefs, yes, they knew that they had more pressure on them to go ahead and win this game, considering that they were playing a number 4 seed in the Jacksonville Jaguars, but the Kansas City Chiefs went out there and they took care of business. Patrick Mahomes, who did get injured and a little bit hobbled up, he went out there and performed regardless. He shows yet again why he's the best quarterback in the NFL. He's got the heart of a champion, and I got nothing but the utmost respect and love for a guy like Patrick Mahomes. I think he's a special talent, a special character, a true leader on and off the field, and he's just something phenomenal to watch. He's really the Steph Curry of the of the NFL, and just I marvel and I admire how fantastic of a player and character Patrick Mahomes is. Mahomes in this game was, like I said, just sensational. 22 of 30 for 195 and 2 touchdowns, and did this all with a high ankle sprain. The man leaves the game, comes back, and just is just a true warrior. I can't say enough about him. Hell of a game by Patrick Mahomes. In the running department, Isaiah Pacheco, 12 carries, 95 yards, and he had that one 39-yard rush that helped set the Kansas City Chiefs up in field position to go ahead and get that touchdown to Travis Kelce, his second of the game, and I'll talk about him in a moment. Jerick McKinnon, 11 carries, 25 yards, great game by him. And then Travis Kelce, obviously one of the best tight ends in NFL history, had the best postseason performance in NFL history by a tight end, arguably. 14 receptions, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns, the most receptions by a tight end in the NFL postseason history. I don't care if it was dink and dunk. Travis Kelce's that guy, and I just applaud him. I applaud the Kansas City Chiefs for what they did. And the rest of the receiving department was essentially a no-show, considering the fact that they didn't really need to be airing the ball out like that, too. And that's really all I want to say about the Kansas City Chiefs. Best of luck to them moving forward. Don't got no beef with them, and Andy Reid just shows yet again why he's one of the top coaches in the NFL. He's going to be a Hall of Famer one day, and just great job by the Kansas City Chiefs by taking care of home field advantage. Now, kind of getting back onto the Jaguars, I want to talk about Trevor Lawrence a little bit and the miraculous season he had this year, surpassing over 4,000 yards passing, 25 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and just doing a great job by just consistently putting the team on his back. There was a roller coaster of emotions with Trevor Lawrence throughout this season, and I consistently had his back. And Trevor Lawrence came through when it mattered the most. He got this team into the postseason, and Trevor Lawrence came back down from 27-0 at the end of the day. got this team into the divisional round, and he's only a sophomore in the NFL, and just I can't say enough about Trevor Lawrence and the phenomenal talent that he is and the leadership qualities that he possesses. It was very evident last year through all of the adversity that the Jaguars had to go through and a lot of the drama they had to go through. And then even this year, even through the Jaguars down moments when they were 3-7, they were 2-6, and they were losing one possession games, Trevor Lawrence was clearly the leader that you wanted to see, and couldn't be more proud of him. And in today's performance, Trevor wasn't spectacular, he wasn't horrible, but Trevor Lawrence didn't do enough to get the job done, and that's okay. You know, he went on the road, he went to Arrowhead, he went to a hostile environment, and I'm still extremely proud of the young man. 24 of 39, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and he did get sacked twice. The offensive line really didn't do all that great of a job protecting Trevor Lawrence, but, you know, Trevor felt like did what he could do to do enough. I mean, that interception in the end was kind of untimely, unforced, but the game didn't really come down to that interception, honestly, and it was just a kind of whatever throw at that point of the game. Travis Etienne, 10 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown. Great job by him, dynamic running back. I love the season from him. JaMycal Hasty had a couple of great runs in there, 4 carries for 36 yards. Love that end around that Christian Kirk had earlier in the game. Zay Jones led the team with 5 receptions for 83 yards, no touchdowns. Christian Kirk, 7 receptions, 52 yards, and a touchdown. And just overall, the receiving game was okay. Christian Kirk obviously had that one huge critical drop at the end of the game, but like I said, I'm not going to get into that right now. And it was just an okay performance by the offense, I thought, as a whole. Like I said, the offense was a little bit stagnant, wasn't really moving the ball all that well, and they were just okay at best. The Jaguars were 7 of 13 on third down conversion percentage, so still above 50%. You love to see it, and like I said, the Jaguars offense just felt very relatively pedestrian. I think that's the nicest way to put it. Talking about the Jaguars defense, I mean, they held the number 1 scoring offense in the NFL to 27 points yet again. Week 10, we hold them to 27 points. This week, we hold them to 27 points. Those 27 points feels a little bit different considering the fact that Travis Kelce literally tore up and sliced through our defense the entire game. Mike Caldwell, our defensive coordinator, had zero game plan for what Travis Kelce did and what he even wasn't doing at times when he was just blocking. But just the defense, I thought, did enough. You know, they weren't great. They definitely didn't like stop a nosebleed, but they were good enough. The defense definitely did their best effort. If I said, hey, we're going to hold the Kansas City Chiefs to 27 points going into the game, I would have said, you know what, I'll gladly take that. You know, even if it was out of context, I didn't know Patrick Mahomes was going to be hobbled. I didn't know Chad Henne was going to get a 98-yard drive and go and get a touchdown to Travis Kelce at all. I would have said, you know what, 27 points, if we can hold the Chiefs to that, I'm excited, and I can take that. I will definitely take that, and you know what, I still will. Defense had their opportunities. I will say with the defense, I didn't like the fact that I saw Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen drop back into coverage way too often. You had a hobbled Patrick Mahomes out there. You had a, pocket passing Chad Henne out there who is just a statue in the pocket, and you don't really send much of a blitz, and even the blitzes you are sending, you're not generating enough pressure. Didn't really like that, and there was a point when I did see Trayvon Walker drop back into coverage, or maybe it was Josh Allen, I can't recall off the top of my head, and we sent a 3-man blitz. This was right after Mahomes came back into the game completely hobbled. Like, what are we doing? Like, he's clearly gimping on one leg, and we're not generating any pressure, so that was something that stuck out to me, and I'll have to go back, really go through the game tape and just really go back and watch this game. Like, I'm going to go back and kind of sit down and just really watch this game again, and I'll have a much better digestion and understanding of what kind of went through the mindset of the game. And I'm not upset, man. The Jaguars played their ass off. They had their opportunities. Foye had a possible interception right there in his hands off a tip ball. Jaguars defense just did enough. They did enough. Special teams, Jamal Agnew obviously had the huge kick return. He had another punt return, or maybe it was another kick return. I can't even remember. It's been not even an hour since the game ended. Just big shout out to all 3 phases of the team. Shout out to the coaching staff, and just big shout out to this team in general, man. I love this team. I'll always ride with this team. Now, I do want to address the elephant in the room with Jamal Agnew really quickly, because as you guys know, and I'm going to reiterate it yet again, all my homies love Jamal Agnew. I love Jamal Agnew. All my homies love Jamal Agnew. I will always ride or die with Jamal Agnew. Easily my favorite player on the team. And I want to say, yes, Jamal Agnew had the biggest critical error, critical mistake of this game by far. Absolutely. Jaguars were driving down the field. He fumbles the ball within the 10-yard line. The Jaguars had an opportunity to capitalize, and they had a lot of momentum moving forward. And Jamal Agnew fumbles that ball. The Kansas City Chiefs recover, and that was essentially what sealed the deal for the Jaguars' fate, not just in this game, but for the season as a whole. Yes, Jamal Agnew made the biggest critical error of this season. But to say that this man cost us the game, that is utterly ridiculous, okay? All jokes aside, I support my brothers through thick and thin. I can't imagine what Jamal Agnew was going through in that moment, what he's going through mentally, and what he's probably going through right now. All of the regret that he's probably going through in his head right now. I hope these guys, and I know that these guys are, telling Jamal, hey, yo, King, keep your head up. Look, there's no finger pointing with this team, man. We lost as a team. We win as a team. We don't point fingers around here, okay? And that's just the reality of the situation, right? I can point to a lot of different things if I wanted to point, right? I could say, well, Foye didn't get that interception. Well, look, Chad Henne had a 98-yard touchdown drive on us. Well, hey, look, Christian Kirk didn't catch the ball. Hey, look, Trevor Lawrence threw an interception. Hey, look, Jamal Agnew fumbled the ball. And yes, that was the one big critical error that everyone's going to remember from this game, and rightfully so. You have every right to be upset with Jamal Agnew. Absolutely. There is no reason to hate on this man. Absolutely not. This man is a true team player, played his heart out. He put the Jaguars in great field position, not just in this game, consistently throughout the season. House call Agnew. Great player, great leader, just great, enthusiastic, and electrifying player that any team would love to have. And I can't say enough about the impact Jamal Agnew's had on this team this season. It really goes without saying. No rational Jags fan, no rational NFL fan will say that Jamal Agnew completely cost this team this season. The Jaguars shot themselves in the foot. There's no finger pointing to this team, okay? Jamal Agnew did have that critical error. He had the biggest critical error of the season. But this game's not all on him. Okay, you guys, let's pump the brakes. We still support our brothers through thick and thin, man. And we got to keep this guy's head up, man. We got to keep all of our heads up. And I think that needs to be said. That needs to be made abundantly clear, you guys. There's really no other way to put it. You know, and whether it was Jamal Agnew, whether it was Tim Jones, Christian Kirk, Chris Manhertz, I don't care who it was that could have possibly fumbled that ball, man. I'm going to support this team through thick and thin. Does it suck? Of course it sucks. You don't want to see the season end like that. The Jaguars had their opportunities, man. It doesn't come down to one play. One play did not define this season, okay? We had plenty of moments through adversity this season, and I could not be more proud of this team. I couldn't be more proud of Trevor Lawrence, Doug Peterson, the whole coaching staff, Shad Khan for getting this right, and just the direction of this team moving forward, man. I just want to kind of wrap up this video by saying thank you, each and every single one of you, for not only listening to me throughout this entire video of me rambling and talking, but for all of you through sticking with me through last season, through this year, whenever you became a fan of BJ Mafia and became a fan of me and supported me. I truly thank each and every single one of you guys from the bottom of my heart. I will always have a level of gratitude and love and appreciation for each and every single one of you guys. I love this team, love this city, love this fan base, love this community, and I love each and every one of you guys for sticking and riding with me constantly 24/7. 2023 is going to be a special year, man. And I'm just going to need another day to really digest all of this, and couldn't be more proud of this team. You guys, just want to say one last time, man, thank you guys for everything. Love my Jags, love this team, love you guys, and I'm always going to ride with this team, man. You guys are the best. Jags fans are the best. We got the best fans in the NFL, y'all. We're going to come back next year stronger than ever with a healthy wide receiver one in Calvin Ridley, and this team's going to continue to ascend, and we really have high expectations and high aspirations for next season and what next season holds, because this team's going places, y'all. Don't hang your heads. Be happy about this team, man. And just, that's it. I love you guys. BJ Mafia, I'm out. Peace.